Peace be upon you, and welcome to all viewers on this channel. Off the coast of Southeast Africa lies Madagascar, the world's fourth largest island, a land of breathtaking beauty and profound isolation. While often overlooked in global affairs, this island nation reached a critical point in late 2025 when political tensions culminated in military intervention. After months of widespread protests over electricity shortages, unemployment, and governance issues, the armed forces assumed control of the government. Yet beneath this surface of political change flows a deeper, more enduring narrative, the story of faith. Islam in Madagascar represents a resilient thread in the nation's cultural tapestry, with Muslim communities comprising approximately 7% of the population. Their presence dates back over a millennium, to the earliest Arab and Swahili traders who reached these shores long before European contact. The historical roots of Islam in Madagascar run deep. Beginning over 1,000 years ago, merchants from Yemen, Oman, and the East African coast navigated the Indian Ocean's monsoon winds, establishing trade networks that brought both commerce and cultural exchange. These early Muslim settlers integrated with local communities, leaving lasting impressions through language, customs, and spiritual traditions. Evidence of this rich heritage persists today through Arabic linguistic influences in the Malagasy language, coastal town names like Mahajanga and Morondava, and family lineages that trace their origins to these early connections. Archaeological findings along the northwestern coast, including ancient mosques, inscribed gravestones, and artifacts, confirm Islam's established presence by at least the 10th century. What distinguished Islam's spread in Madagascar was its organic nature, transmitted through commercial relationships and social integration rather than conquest. The faith's emphasis on ethical trade, community solidarity, and human dignity resonated with local values, creating a uniquely Malagasy expression of Islam that blended traditional practices with Quranic teachings. The colonial period, 1896 to 1960, introduced new challenges as French administration prioritized Christian missions and restricted Islamic education. Despite these pressures, Muslim communities preserved their traditions through private Quranic instruction and maintained their religious practices within family and community settings. In contemporary Madagascar, Muslims navigate a complex social and economic landscape. The country faces significant development challenges, with most citizens living in poverty and limited access to basic services like electricity and clean water. The economy remains vulnerable, dependent on commodity exports like vanilla, while struggling with environmental degradation and governance issues. These national challenges affect Muslim communities, particularly in coastal regions and urban neighborhoods where many reside. During periods of political instability and economic hardship, mosques often transform into community support centers, providing food assistance, education, and conflict mediation when state services are insufficient. The events of 2025 highlighted both the fragility of Madagascar's political institutions and the resilience of its civil society. Widespread protests initially focused on practical grievances like power outages and fuel prices, but evolved into broader demands for governmental reform and accountability. The military's intervention in October 2025 created international concern and temporarily suspended foreign assistance. Throughout this turbulence, Muslim communities maintained their focus on social stability and community service. Religious leaders emphasized messages of patience and peace, while local organizations worked to address basic needs through existing community networks.
Madagascar's Muslim population reflects diverse historical origins. The community includes both descendants of earlier Arab and Swahili settlers and more recent arrivals from South Asian backgrounds. Each group has contributed to the nation's commercial and cultural life, particularly in urban centers and coastal trading cities. Despite their long-standing presence, Muslim citizens sometimes face challenges in political representation and access to services. Documentation issues, particularly for families with historical migration backgrounds, can create obstacles in education, property rights, and economic opportunities. In the aftermath of the 2025 political changes, Muslim community organizations have emphasized their commitment to national stability and interfaith harmony. The Council of Muslim Associations in Madagascar has called for unity and constructive engagement, while local communities continue their traditional practices of charity and mutual support. The resilience of Madagascar's Muslim communities manifests in their daily practices and spiritual commitments. Even during periods of political uncertainty and economic difficulty, religious life continues. Mosques remain open for prayer, Quranic education persists, and Ramadan observances bring communities together despite practical challenges. This steadfastness represents more than religious ritual. It embodies a form of cultural continuity and social cohesion. In areas where state services are limited, Muslim community networks provide essential support through food distribution, educational assistance, and healthcare initiatives. Women's organizations play particularly important roles in maintaining these social safety nets. The ethical framework of Islam, emphasizing charity, justice, and community welfare, provides both practical guidance and spiritual sustenance during difficult times. These values resonate beyond the Muslim community, contributing to broader social stability and intercommunal cooperation. Looking toward Madagascar's future, the Muslim community faces both challenges and opportunities. Political transitions create uncertainty, but also possibilities for greater inclusion and representation. Economic difficulties test community resources, but also highlight the importance of local initiative and mutual support. Younger generations of Malagasy Muslims are finding new ways to integrate their religious identity with civic engagement. Educational opportunities, both in traditional Islamic studies and secular institutions, are creating leaders who can navigate both religious and national contexts. Digital technologies offer new platforms for community organization and cultural preservation. The enduring presence of Islam in Madagascar serves as a reminder of the island's deep connections to Indian Ocean civilizations and its capacity to integrate diverse cultural influences. As the nation addresses its current challenges, this historical legacy represents a source of strength and resilience. In conclusion, the story of Islam in Madagascar is one of quiet persistence and cultural integration. From its earliest beginnings through trade connections to its contemporary expressions in community life, the faith has maintained its presence through adaptation and commitment to core values. As Madagascar navigates its current political transition and development challenges, the Muslim community continues to contribute to the nation's social fabric through education, charity, and interfaith cooperation. Their experience demonstrates how religious traditions can provide stability during periods of change, while embracing their role as part of a diverse national community. The future will likely bring both continued challenges and new opportunities for Madagascar's Muslim citizens. Their ability to maintain religious traditions while engaging constructively with national development will remain crucial to both their community's well-being and their contribution to Madagascar's broader society. Thank you for watching. May peace be with you all.